Now, earlier today, French President Macron said that French forces are, quote, ready to take action to secure the Strait of Hormuz and clear mines. We'll also be watching to see how other European and world leaders react after several already signaled support for the deal between the U.S. and Iran. Now, the deal calls for the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz, which should happen Friday after the deal is officially signed. It also extends the ceasefire and will kick off a 60-day window to negotiate further terms regarding Iran's nuclear program. Vice President Vance says that the deal marks a new beginning in U.S.-Middle East relations.
What the president really wanted to do, not just with the last 6 weeks, but really the last year and a half of Iran policy, is to get us to a place where we could change our relationship fundamentally with the Iranians and ensure that they never have a nuclear weapon. We feel that we're at that place now. We're, of course, going to continue to verify that, continue to negotiate and talk to the Iranians. But this is a big day for the American people, a big win for everybody who cares about basic peace and stability in the Middle East.
All right, Guy Benson, you were hosting last night while this broke. Talk to us about your thoughts about that and what we can expect from the G7.
And we actually had Vice President Vance call into the show as this was all breaking. And the vice president told us that there are sort of three buckets to watch here. Number one is the strait reopening, hopefully, basically immediately, and the blockade being lifted, which is an advantage that the Iranians have wanted. They're getting strangled economically. The third one, and I'm going to come back to number two, was this conditional sanctions relief for Iran, the regime getting nothing unless they are following through on other promises, right? So that would be a verification question. The second one to me is the whole ballgame about whether or not this is a good deal, a mediocre deal, or a bad deal. And we don't have the details on that yet. It's the nuclear question. If this agreement ultimately, within the next 60 days, whatever the exact time period is, if indeed Iran gives up that nuclear dust, as the president likes to call it, the highly enriched uranium removed from the country, and their program is dismantled, which has been not just the goal, but the expectation here, that would be an enormous win. That has been the purpose of this entire military operation from the very beginning. But it's the Iranians. They lie, they cheat, they steal. The devil will be in those details. So I think a strong, definitive analysis of what we're calling this deal can't really happen yet until we have these further specifics on the nuclear component.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.